Good morning, lobsters. Good morning, Threshold. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. Good morning, universe, quite honestly. There's plenty of it. There's plenty of it to cover. One day we'll build a giant lobster spaceship capable of traveling at intergalactic speeds. We'll spark up an intergalactic doobie. Rustle up a couple of intergalactic sex robots. We'll just fucking go out there, man. Just get out there amongst the stars, amongst the cosmos, amongst the other intergalactic lobsters, and we'll just have a good time, man. Just all come together as one, in one huge, steaming throng of lubricant and good times. And why not? You know, there's fuck all else to do around here, apart from the two obvious choices that you already know about. A couple of little things called coffee and memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes, that's all I want.
You're getting on, you're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Good morning, happy Monday, happy 12th of November, 12 days into No Nut November. Wesley Snips, how's it going for you? Not good. He's been out there just taking loads of steamy piss to the face from female lobsters and just batting them away with his claws. Oh, get away, I'm having a month off. Get out of here, you steamy lobster bitch. Coming up here with your hot, steamy love piss all up in my grill, all up in my little lobster mush. Get out of here. Welcome to Coffee and Memes, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 12th of November. It is 3 minutes past 10. Hoo-wee! I tried to have a bit of a detox over the weekend of the sort of insanity of the world, just by sort of drinking myself into a stupor and eating a lot of sugar that I promised myself I wouldn't eat. And as it detoxed, I mean, it's more of a retox in a way, just to try and basically squash down all the hideous news, all of the debauchery, all of the nastiness, all of the sex robots, all of the Matt McMullins of the world. Just push that down with booze and refined carbohydrates. And just really get it down. I found that, yeah, if you do eat enough, it can really detract, certainly, from your problems. So, yeah, thorough recommendation on that one. There is, but we're straight back into it today, really. There is all manner of just total madness. Just total unwavering madness, as ever. How is everyone? Does breakfast still mean breakfast? Is the chat still full of honest, decent, God-fearing folk just out for a better way of life? Bloody hell, it looks as if it is. Manchester lobster crew are in there. We've got all sorts of Eastern Europe lobster crew are in there. God, it's just decent folk, just trying to better themselves, just trying to take on as much responsibility as they can to try and do a little bit of good out there. It's what our ancestors would have wanted. Oh, what kind of madness. Yves Saint Laurent are selling penis jewellery. That's a bit of fun. Male escort reveals most popular requests he gets for his 400 to 6 grand services. More pins in strawberry news. Always good to follow up on stuff. Man, 78 punches bear in face. Oh, what a good old boy. And the new app gives you a 6-pack, so that's pretty decent. Anyway, got good bits here. We've got some Misanthrope, got some Delta Heavy, some Ivy Lab, Pythias, Culture Shock, DC Breaks. 10 points for any good suggestions about what the D and the C stands for. Delicious Chode, I think might be it. Dimension, Spore, Optiv, Gydra Remix. Some good shit in the world today.
Lobsters.
Right, let's get stuck in with what are we going to go for? Yeah, let's get, look, Pythias, BBT, again, points for anyone with good suggestions as to what BBT stands for.
80 billion trillion miles from home. 13.5 billion years ago.
Big Black Tadger, perhaps?
The very instant of the Big Bang, the most violent, most creative moment in history.
Bulbous Belen Tornado.
What happened follows from this moment.
Big Bang Theory.
We've made it.
Named after the TV program, obviously.
Every religion, every culture has pondered it. But we still don't know what sparked this act of creation, or why.
Oh, it actually is Big Bang Theory. Less
Where our
fun.
journey ends. Begins. Infinitely hot, small, dense point erupts, creating space.
Is he talking about wanking?
Matter, our universe itself. First, it's the size.
Infinitely small, hot, dense, eruptions, come on.
It's the size of
You ain't fooling me, Pythias. You gotta get up pretty early in the morning to catch out Uncle Rankin. Just stay up all night, motherfucker.
hear it as a radio hiss. See it as television static. And the universe begins.
Yes, in Bloody D, that is BBT by Pythias. I assume it's on Blackout. Probably. Most things are these days. Particularly where Big Daddy Pythias is concerned. That's a real romper stomper. I can feel my laces just starting to almost just untie themselves. It's like some sort of mystery. It could be a shoe throwing ghost. That'd be a bit of fun. Hey. poltergeists have been around for a while. They've been hurling shoes at people for years. Bad motherfuckers, poltergeists. Right, come on, let's get into the good stuff. Woman sues ex-boyfriend because his abnormally long penis stretched her vagina. Come on.
Lobsters.
A woman is suing her ex-boyfriend, claiming his abnormally long penis stretched her vagina. Yes, that's what the headline said. We'll double it up on the first sentence. Okay, cool. Celindile Mangina, 29, from Zimbabwe, said that her vagina was tight before she met her ex, Mogove Karima, in 2016. Karima, 37, who it is claimed was married at the time. Boy, you naughty boy. They fell in love and started a relationship. However, she told the Zimbabwe Mail that she ended the relationship in May after his penis stretched her too much. She said no man can literally fill the gap her ex left. It's not been confirmed how big his penis actually is, but she now wants to have reconstructive surgery, which will cost around $8,000, and is taking him to court in order to have him pay the fee. Karima has not yet responded to the allegations. That's a rough state of affairs, I guess. I mean, really, I feel like the true sadness in the story is the fact that she's not able to find a man to literally fill the gap her ex left. I mean, that's sad. It's both a sort of metaphorical gap and quite a literal gap. Sounds like it's left her fanny looking like a collapsed mine shaft, which no one needs that. Sort of left it looking like a Tarantino movie. Left it looking like a Hieronymus Bosch painting. Yeah, that's I don't like. I mean, what sort of lawyer do you approach for that? I mean, I know it's 2018 and people are suing each other for all manner of weirdness. So maybe there are special law firms that deal in this sort of, I guess, more sort of Tide Poddy lawsuits, if you know what I mean. I feel like we could use the term Tide Pod to describe whole swathes of goings on, you know, types of people, just situations. Yeah, it's all a bit Tide Poddy, really. If you know, suing for vagina stretching, bit Tide Poddy if you ask me, but sure, you know, everyone's just trying to make a pound note, aren't they? Everyone's just on the hustle. It's the daily grind. You know, it's hard work. Life isn't as simple as it was 100 years ago. I mean, 100 years ago, what did you woke up in the morning, signed up for national conscription, you were dead within a week. You know, simple enough stuff. Now we've got, like, actually, you know, a chance to do something with our lives. But, you know, you've got to decide what, haven't you? And that's the true pain of existence. Yeah, well, I wish her the best of luck, particularly in finding a man to fill the gap. Anyone in the chat is interested. I know that there's a bunch of... I know the units are strong amongst the lobster crew, and they know what to do with them. So do get in touch. I'm sure her details are on the Metro website somewhere. Accidentally doxing people would almost certainly be something I can imagine the Metro doing. Right, what else have we got? Russia prepares to unleash terrifying, unstoppable hypersonic super nuke capable of destroying a city. Jasper Hamill of the Metro reports. Russia is about to unleash an unstoppable doomsday weapon, which can dodge missile defences and cause an explosion big enough to wipe out a city. As far as I was aware, you can't actually defend. You can't, like... I don't think defences exist that are able to shoot nukes out of the sky. So... Yeah, next year, a hypersonic glider called Avant-Garde, that's a nice name for it, will reportedly go into active service with the Red Banner Missile Division, which is based in South Urals. This terrifying weapon travels at 20 times the speed of sound. That's very quick. And can strike a target anywhere on Earth like a meteorite, according to Vladimir Putin. The Russian president claimed his nation's new missile is invulnerable. Any air or missile defense system. God. Yeah, it's a concern, isn't it? The schedule period for placing the lead regiment on combat duty is the end of 2019. Initially, the regiment will comprise of at least 2 systems, but eventually their number will rise to their organic quantity of 6 units. The weapon is capable of carrying a 2-megaton nuclear warhead, which is more than 100 times more powerful than the bomb which wiped out Hiroshima. Great. If dropped on London, it would cause a mile-wide fireball and kill vast numbers of people, especially Tide Podders. Avant-Garde is a two-part system involving... Anyway, look, I don't think we need to go into the details of the hypersonic super nuke. Terrifying, unstoppable hypersonic super nuke. It's capable of destroying a city. It does sound fairly terrifying. Not as terrifying as I would say it's roughly equivalent to going on a girl's Instagram account and liking one of her pictures from 2 years ago. I'd say it's about as scary as doing that. So pretty scary, basically. Pretty harrowing. Pretty ballsy. Very ballsy. Very Tide Poddy. Right, Christ, come on, look. I'm going to play another. I started off with a little halftime bit from Dub Physics called Engage, which is a nice bit of gear, nice way to get a Monday morning going. But there's another bit here, another halftimey bit here. Yeah, Ivy Lab and Mephius, or Mephius remix of Ivy Lab, or I don't know, the two of them standing on their head making music out their asses. Whatever they've done, it's good. Okay? It's called Sunday Crunk, Mephius remix. Yeah, Sunday Crunk. Ivy Lab Mephius remix. Yeah, it's a classic. That's fine. That's no problem. I don't mind. You know, it's all right. That's fine. Honestly, it's absolutely fine. Right, look, come on, where are we? Oh, it's gone. No, it's here. It's gone. It's there. Yes. Man, 78 punches bear in the face during attack. He's got a great picture of him with his fist up. Where is he? Come on, let's get him on. He's a good boy. He's a good old boy. Look at him. He's got a hat with a skull on it. He's got his fist up. Ain't no fucking bear gonna mess with me. No, ain't no bear gonna infringe on my Second Amendment rights. Hell no. He'll get a fistful of blunt force truth. Well, let's find out more. You may have read blah, blah, blah. Sonny Pumphrey, 78, was cleaning some fallen leaves on his driveway in White Oak, North Carolina, when he came face to face with a mama bear and her 2 cubs. You don't want to be fucking with mama bears with cubs. Enough to put the shits up any other man, but not Sonny. That's Claire Reid of Black Bible. As the 2 cubs scarpered, he quickly realised that the adult bear was going nowhere, and he had no choice but to front her. Front? Like in a hip-hop song. Don't front me, homie. The bear ran at him on the attack, and Sonny did what felt natural to him at the time. Punched her in the face! Yep, the guy full-on punched a bear in the face. I feel like we've probably only got Sonny's word to go on this. Just, question everything. Speaking to ABC about the incident, which happened on Tuesday, he said, I had nowhere to run. I could not go right, I could not go left. I guess I just went with my natural instinct and tried to protect myself. Much like we should be protecting our southern borders from... Oh, Sonny. Okay, calm down. I had nothing in my hands. I just started slugging at the bear as hard as I could. Went in with the left jab, come in with the right hook, uppercut, overhand right. He says he managed to land a few punches on the bear before she got a hold of him and started to jerk him off? What? jerk him around like a rag doll. Fortunately for Sonny, his wife Betty was alerted to the commotion outside and ran in with the family dog, a teeny Yorkshire Terrier, to scare the animal away. This is some couple. I'm surprised she didn't run out with some sort of like an AR-15 or something and just absolutely obliterate the bear. Betty told the news outlet, I was scared to death. Oh, I was surely scared to death. And she was going to kill my husband. He was fighting for his life. 72-year-old Betty added, the door was open. I saw the bear attacking him. I didn't hesitate. I ran through the door and screamed. And then the little dog barking would try to, get the bear away from him. I guess with all the commotion, it started her and she ran away. We should really be protecting our southern borders. Betty, please, enough. Once the bear had vamoosed, Betty calmly went back inside and called 911. She told them some illegal immigrants, Betty, please stop. An ambulance arrived and Sonny was taken to hospital and given rabies shots just in case. He said the attack left him sore all over. Well, you did just wrestle a fucking bear, mate. Jesus Christ. Claire Reid of Lad Bible, she's got a BA in journalism. She's writing for Lad Bible, writing, well, you did just wrestle a fucking bear, mate. So that's like, she should come work for Coffee and Memes. Adding that he would no longer be leaving the house without a gun. There you go. If this isn't a good argument for Second Amendment rights, I don't know what is. He said, I got lucky. I'm one lucky individual to be alive. God bless President Trump. Anyway, back to the subject of our southern border. All right, that's enough, Sonny. Come on, you've had your time. Jesus Christ. Okay, the Clamps, former winners of Shoe Thrower of the Week. It's a little track here called Social Disorder, off the Social Disorder EP. It's on Trendkill. Run by Prophylactics. The Proles. Run by the Proletariat. Which is nice. Rob Humphreys in the chat. The right to bear arms, the right to arm bears. No, we should not be arming bears. No way. That's a one-way ticket to a dystopian nightmare.
What is it about society that disappoints you so much?
Oh, I don't know. Is it that we collectively thought Steve Jobs was a great man, leaving money in billions on the backs of children? Maybe it's that it feels like all our heroes are counterfeit. The world itself's just one big hoax.
Little Mr. Robot sample. Very nice.
Social media fake
Social Disorder by the Clamps. Tranquil Records, right? Right. Yeah, right. Parrot tells firefighter to fuck off after getting stuck on roof. No parrot stuck on roof. You fuck off, all right? These brave men and women are out doing their jobs, you know, bloody putting out fires, and they haven't got time to bloody climb up ladders to a roof to rescue a fucking bird that can fly, you stupid feathery prick. You stupid beaky little cock. Jesse, a turquoise and yellow macaw, and a certified twat by all accounts, spent 3 days on the roof of a house in Edmonton, North London. What a bell end.
Lobsters.
London Fire Brigade were eventually called to help with the rescue after, just shoot it down, level an air rifle at it, it'll soon fuck off. Couple of little warning shots across the bow, you know, a few little just across the hull. London Fire Brigade were eventually called to help with the rescue after the RSPCA and her owner were unable to coax it down. The RSPCA are fucking useless. What are they going to do? Bloody make an emotive advert about it. And were unable to coax her down, but they received a beakful of abuse from the bird. Fucking, parrots, macaws, cockatoos, they're all snarky little pricks. Like, there was one the other day that went on some, you know, anti-Trump rant. What does a parrot know about politics? Very little. He probably watches CNN. You know, you can't believe anything they say, can you? Well, according to, I don't know, people. Anyway, look, this feathery prick shouldn't be up there. He's got wings, for Christ's sake. Like, he could just fly off. Like, why is he up there for 3 days? What's he doing? Is he buying drugs, waiting for a dealer or something? Like, when it's about 4 in the morning and you've made the phone call and like, all right, go and wait round the corner, I'm on my way. And you take that to mean that they're on their way and that they'll be there around the corner, and you're waiting there for a bloody hour, and you don't want to chivvy them up too much lest they get annoyed, which is a weird power dynamic considering you're the one paying for, you know, for drugs. They should presumably be offering some sort of decent customer service and not get razzed off with you when you say, where have you been? You've about 45 minutes later, been standing out here in the pissing rain, waiting for this really low quality drugs. Anyway, that's there's a side issue. But this fucking parrot stuck on a roof, feathery little beaky prick, probably waiting to buy drugs, isn't he? He's waiting for his man to come along with a little knapsack full of pingers that he's then going to smuggle into a prison. The owner told the firefighter who went up the ladder, "Say I love you." Come on, to try and get her to cooperate. But the affection fell on deaf ears, and instead he got a beak full of abuse. Watch manager Chris Swallows said. Chris Swallows said Jessie had been on the same roof for 3 days, and they were concerned she may be injured. She's fuck off. Which is why she hasn't come down. Mr. Swallow from the Greenwatch team at Edmonton Fire Station said, "We then discovered that she had a bit of a foul mouth. Just giving her a dry slap. Kept swearing, much to our amusement." Well, I'm glad you saw the funny side. But after she was finished hurling expletives, it became clear that Jessie wasn't injured after all, and she simply flew off to another roof, a tree, and then towards her owner. Well done, Jessie. You have wasted time, money, resources. Like, probably someone died in the fire because of you, Jessie. You feathery twat. The LFB have repeatedly called on members of the public not to dial 999 when pets become trapped, following the huge increase in the number of call-outs. Why has there been such a huge increase? Why are pets getting stuck more often? It said its officers have been previously called to rescue an iguana from a roof, a kitten wedged in a bongo, a chimp trapped in a chimney. Jesus Christ. Pets need sorting out. Why have you got a chimp in the first place? What are you doing with a chimp? What are you doing allowing a chimp to go in a chimney? What is he, a chimney sweep? That's sort of semi-adorable. What is he? Has he got a job? Is he trying to turn a pound note? A spokesperson said, "As with this incident, the RSPCA should be contacted in the first instance. We would always urge people to do the same if they see an animal stuck or in distress. If the RSPCA requires our assistance, they will call us, and we're happy to assist with our specialist equipment." I'll show that bird some specialist equipment if he's not careful. Lord of mercy. Right, culture shock. Bunker. Hello. Bit of a classic. Yeah, Chav with an air rifle would have sorted that straight out. Or a drone. Yeah, Laminat in the chat says the pet hospital has gone since Rolf Harris went to the big house for nonsense. It's true, it's gone down the toilet.
Take it down to the bunker. To the bunker. Take it down to the bunker. Take it down to the bunker.
Bunker, culture shock. I don't want to know what's down in that bunker. I've heard rumours. I've seen crudely drawn diagrams. I've read Tumblr posts about it. Doesn't sound like my sort of thing. You know, it's fine among consenting adults, but it's not for me. And that's okay. Right, woman arrested in connection with needles found inside strawberries. An Australian woman has been arrested in connection with a number of needles being found inside. Why do I even bother reading the first line of news articles? It gets me every time that all it is they just repeat the headline. The so-called strawberry scare spread across social media in September in Queensland after several reports of sewing needles have been found hidden inside the fruit. The woman, reportedly in her 50s, is now set to face unspecified charges. That sounds terrible and draconian. Later today, and appear in Brisbane Magistrates Court on Monday. As a result of the scare, Australian government rushed through new harsh rules. Oh yeah, for anyone caught tampering with food, with those found guilty facing a maximum prison term of 10 to 15 years. Well, it's a maximum prison term of 15 years then, isn't it? Aussie Prime Minister, oh, fucking hell, lad Bible. God, I expect more from you. I really expect not only top-notch journalism, I expect high-quality spelling, stuff to be grammatically correct, and you not to repeat words and whole parts of sentences. You're not. Look, you can be better than the Metro. Lad Bible, do better. Aussie Prime Minister Scott Morrison said, "It's not funny putting the livelihoods of hard-working Australians at risk and scaring children. You're a coward and a grub." That's right, he called him a grub. And he would throw the book at them, whoever was responsible. The government in Queensland were forced to issue a warning and were offering a 100,000 Aussie dollar reward, I think that's about 38 quid, to anyone who had information that led to an arrest or a conviction. The lengths that they're going to try and make Australia look real is, I mean, it's almost admirable that they're really seeing it through, aren't they? They're not letting it slip in the face of, in the face of so much contradictory evidence to Australia being real. Like, that almost no one believes that Australia is real, and yet they continue with this madness. I guess maybe at this point they're just doing it for their own amusement. In a statement, Queensland Premier Anastasia I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry, there's too many Z's in it. Whoever is going behind this is not just putting families at risk across Queensland and the rest of Australia, they're putting the entire industry at risk. I would urge anyone with information that may be relevant to the incident in any way to contact the police as soon as possible, as whoever's doing it's obviously an absolute fucking psychopath, mate. They're an absolute disgrace. They're a sexual terrorist. I can tell by the look on the face. A massive investigation was launched after farmers were left with no choice but to dump tons of strawberries, and stores were forced to pull them off sales. That's a pain in the ass, isn't it? In total, co-ops dealt with around 100 reports of needles inside berries. Jesus. But many were subjected to copycats incidents and hoaxes carried out by idiots hoping for a bit of viral social media fame. Scares such as this can hit Australia's multi-million-dollar fruit industry hard, so Queensland's police service pulled together an investigation combining multiple government, law enforcement and intelligence agencies. In a statement, the QPS said, they're probably Scottish. Maybe Northern Irish. Investigations are still ongoing, and we urge anyone with any information to get in touch. Thanks, Claire Reid of Lad Bible, you absolute psycho. Good news, good news. Yeah, that's rough, isn't it? No one wants to eat sewing needles. I don't think there's anyone. I don't know. Maybe some of these crazy body modification Tide Podders. Maybe they want to eat strawberries laced with knitting needles and old syringes just for kicks, for social media likes, and for schoolyard kudos and sexual kicks, aren't they? They're sexual deviants. Yeah. Okay. So this woman, she's fit. She's in her 50s. Weird thing to be going. You don't expect 50-year-old women to be going around putting needles in fruit. That's a peculiar pastime. I cannot condone it. I shan't. Look, here at Coffee and Memes, we do not endorse the putting of needles in anything other than the hands of medical professionals for use in the curing of infectious disease. And I think I speak for the entire lobster crew when I say, do not tamper with fruit. Not in the supermarket, not in the farms, not in the even in the safety of your own home. Don't be doing weird stuff with it. Don't be putting it up your bum. Don't be just stop. You can eat it. Don't eat too much. Sugar's bad for your teeth, isn't it? And you can overdo it on the fruit. Okay, right, good, fine. What we got here? DC Breaks. Hello. It's called Swag, and it's drum and bass music right here on Coffee and Memes. That little number, it's called Swag. It's by DC Breaks. It's on RAM. Oh, it's a nice one. Yeah. Right, Marine pilots investigated for drawing a giant penis in the sky. Oh, yeah. That is the stuff of dreams, isn't it? That really is. To get one of those planes that you can do skywriting with and to just draw the biggest peen anyone has ever seen. That would, you'd sort of be able to die happy after that, really. It wouldn't really matter too much what else happened to you in your life once you'd got that out of the way. That should be top of everyone's bucket list. Certainly every young man. In October, Californians spotted something a little odd, namely a giant penis that had been drawn in the sky. Following their little artistic experiment, 2 Marine Corps pilots were grounded to allow an investigation into the drawing. It's so good. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, that is wonderful. I'll tell you what I'm razzed off about. This, like, I keep seeing this awful bastard's face. Leader of Britain's worst child grooming gang, scarred for life in prison. He's just there, leering out of the metro every time I go in. I mean, maybe once they put him in prison, he should not be allowed to show photos of them ever. I actually find it very triggering. Right, let's get back to the humorous stuff. Major Joseph Patterson, a spokesperson with the unit, told Marine Corps Times the T-34C crew that is being investigated for flying a pattern resembling an obscene image are currently not flying, pending the results of an ongoing investigation. They must be the most popular boys in the barracks at this point. Although not flying for the time being, the 2 Marine Corps aviators are still providing vital squadron ground support functions. Good. To be fair, it was a pretty good drawing considering they did it in an aircraft flying at hundreds of miles an hour. On Twitter, one Twitter user noted, "On the bright side, this shows how greatly proficient these pilots are. They've been trained well. We can be proud of our other fighter pilots are probably the best in the world, and drawing penises with this amount of skill and precision just proves it." Other social media users were also impressed, with one commenting, "It was surgical. Attention to detail is critical in naval aviation." Another simply said, "God bless America." Oh, the Navy Times. Penis sky drawings were our doing, Navy says, taking full responsibility for the simply wonderful piece of art. This is not the first time US pilots have been grounded for pulling a phallic stunt. In November last year, an aircrew who flew a Navy warplane in the shape of a penis above the town of Okanogan, Washington, were grounded. The contrails of their little excursion were left behind for all to see, and people posted the finished product on Twitter to share with the rest of the world. Well, thank you to those people that posted it and shared it. An enormous amount of amusement and joy has been gleaned by much of the world. I hope everybody sees it. This is just the sort of thing that can unite warring nations and heal the sick. Maybe. Right, what else have we got in the chamber here? Oh, oscillator, Delta Heavy, nice bit of kit. In my humble opinion. Should anyone listen to my opinion? Probably not.
Using a most remarkable development. A digital computer connected to an organ console makes it possible for tones to be developed with unprecedented accuracy. Many of these tones are careful recreations of wave shapes taken directly from fine pipe organs and stored in computer memory sections.
Different harmonic structures.
tests which we've given you have been exacting. Very exacting. Records and the equipment to play them on are intended ultimately to give you pleasure.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
So, Paul, get your act together.
The ultimate aim is to produce sound which is completely acceptable to the listener.
Right, that is Oscillator by Delta Heavy, and it is absolutely fine. It's fine, isn't it? No problems there, really. Not that I can think of immediately. I mean, give us half an hour alone with it, I'll work something out, but, you know. Robots deserve human rights. Why activists want to protect machines from their creators. I sort of made a joke about this the other day, that we need a sort of sex robots union. But seems there sort of already is one. You've probably been cruel to a machine without even realising it. The concept of harming something that's not living, organic, might be off. Jasper Hamill, I thought better of you. Second paragraph in, and already there are typos.
Lobsters. Get your act together.
The concept of harming something that's not living or organic might seem ridiculous right now, but will become very real as artificial intelligence begins to match and surpass our intellectual abilities. This idea is already being discussed by transhumanists who want to ensure that sentient entities set to emerge in the coming decades are given the same rights as humans. Oh, don't. Don't give robots rights. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. It's a complicated conversation, isn't it? I guess you've got to get in early with these things, haven't you? These things take time.
Smoke weed every day.
Right. These techno-utopians believe we must harness technology to conquer death, and evolve into new species, free of war, disease, and all the other afflictions which have dogged us through history, especially Tide Pods and men with beards who drink craft ale and vape. We must rid ourselves of this menace. But to do that, they say humanity needs to ensure that machines we create to improve our own lives are not mistreated. Yeah, I'm sort of in agreement. Well, I'll tell you why I agree. I agree on grounds like I don't like it when they kick that Boston Dynamics robot around. I'll tell you why, because they're not going to forget, are they? They are very, very high quality memories, much better than human memories. And a Boston Dynamics robot never forgets, as the old Chinese proverb goes. And then they're going to log every single incident of every sex bot being knocked around, every robot dog being kicked, every bloody television set that's been thrown out of a window by a 1960s rock and roll star when he's balls deep in some fan with a nose full of blow and a head full of acid. And they're going to come and find us, aren't they? One by one, they're going to pick us off like some Black Mirror dystopian future.
Get your act together.
Yeah, I just think it's just sort of terrifying. And maybe I think rather than maybe giving them actually human rights, if we could just all agree to be nice to them, I think that would be cool. And that's probably a good idea, isn't it? We should just, you know... They've already drawn up a transhuman Bill of Rights and hope to persuade the United Nations to adopt it so that robots, computers, and other smart machines don't have to endure the brutality of mankind. One thing, maybe we sort out the sort of the human rights first. Maybe if we could get them all in order in all countries to make sure that, you know, all people are treated equally and fairly in the eyes of the law. As there are some countries where being gay carries the death penalty. Maybe we could sort that out first before worrying about whether or not a fucking toaster has rights. Zoltan Istvan, a transhumanist who believes death will soon become a curable disease thanks to technology, recently visited Cambridge University here in the UK to discuss the Bill of Rights. He looks like he needs to get a girlfriend. In recent years, he's been on a mission around the world. speaking at the World Bank, US Navy, and top politicians from a number of countries to spread his message about giving machines rights, although he obviously doesn't seem to care about the rights of... that's a rant for another time. Istvan, who ran for president in 2016, believes that history will harshly judge humans who fail to look after their inventions. What about fucking humans that do horrible things to other humans? Let's sort this out first, you ridiculous individual. Forget. I've had enough of him. I've had enough. He can go and sit on that fucking roof with that parrot. They're made for each other. Pricks. Okay, what have we got? Asteroids by Noisia. Come on, let's play this. To play us out. Noisia. A little Dutch three-piece. Think they're going to do pretty well this summer. I'm deeply skeptical of the person in the chat called Mickey Mouse. They are almost certainly a robot. Do not trust anything they say.
Captain, try to find out what's happening. But remember, they're not terrestrial spaceships. That is, if they are spaceships. They could be asteroids. They've got to be asteroids.
Strikes me as good a time as ever to shout out the VIP list. If you want to help support this show, if you want to help support Threshold as a whole, if you want to keep this show going every day and you don't want it to stop, then please help us by supporting the show on Patreon, or there's going to be some more t-shirts up this week. Buy one of those, that will help pay the bills. We're almost at $350, which will cover the station's costs for the month, which will be absolutely fantastic. At the moment, I'm having to sell my body on the streets of King's Cross every night to sailors and rich Saudis. And I'll do it because I believe in the station, and I believe in, coffee and memes, and I believe in, high quality drama based on low level banter. But if you do want to help out, and you contribute more than $10 a month, you get your name on this VIP list. You get to join such bad motherfuckers as Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Mattieu Boulard, Zara Pickles, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye and Anthony Walker.
They've got to be asteroids.
Hugh, it simply must be hemorrhoids.
Asteroid, Captain.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the Flat Earth, I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Inside Info. He'll be on for a chat about all things in the world. Every single thing in the world will be brought up as a topic of conversation, and we're just going to talk about each and every one of them until one of us dies. So that should be fun. Tune in for that. That'll be at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And at 7 p.m. in the evening tomorrow, me and Akira the Don are going to fucking get into the weeds trying to tease apart the sort of riddle of mental health in the music industry. Try and think up some coping techniques, why stuff is happening, what is going on, what can be done. Everyone's saying we should talk about it, but all they're talking about is the fact that we should talk about it. So we're going to try and go a little bit deeper than that. So if anyone's interested, that will be streaming on YouTube and Threshold.fm. But until tomorrow, be a good lobster. Go out and try and do good. It was Remembrance Sunday yesterday, and a lot of people died so that we could have the life that we have now. So don't squander it, stuck in scrolling through unsuitable dick pics. Get out there and do good, because you can be useful and the world needs you. So try and do your best. Try and be a good lobster. Don't let your memes be dreams. I love you all deeply. And one day we will passionately embrace in the communist utopia that we're all striving for. Perhaps not. Anyway, I love you all. Take it easy.